Volume is the amount of space something takes up. Solids, such as these crystals, liquids, such as this glass of juice, and gases, like this propane burning on this stove, all have volume. All matter has volume. In other words, all matter takes up space. There are different ways to measure volume, depending on whether it is a solid, liquid, or gas we want to measure. Liquid, like this milk, is measured out in containers using units of milliliters, whereas in the laboratory, beakers or graduated cylinders are commonly used. Gases are measured with different containers that measure gas in cubic centimeters or by weight. The volume of solids can be measured in a couple of different ways. For solids with a regular shape, like our piece of marble, the volume can be computed using a ruler and doing some simple calculations. Volume equals length times height times width. With our piece of marble, the length is 6.7 centimeters, the height is 7.5 centimeters, and the width is 7.5 centimeters. These are then multiplied to get a volume of 376.9 cubic centimeters. This method works well with regularly shaped solids. But what about irregularly shaped solids, like this rabbit figurine that is difficult to measure with a ruler? Displacement is a method for measuring volume of irregularly shaped solids. For example, when you put your hand into a beaker of water, watch what happens to the water in the glass. It goes up or displaces. Displacement involves submerging an object in water and then identifying the amount of water that moves up or displaces. To compute the volume of an object using displacement, first it is necessary to read the initial amount of water in a beaker and record it. The value reads 150 milliliters. Then the object is placed under the water so the water rises. You can see the new level of the water is 175 milliliters. The initial amount of water is then subtracted from the new value to get the amount of space or volume that the figurine took up in the water to get a value of 25 milliliters. You may be wondering why the units of volume for the piece of marble were in cubic centimeters and the units for the rabbit figurine were in milliliters. This is the beauty of the metric system. 1 milliliter of water equals 1 cubic centimeter of water. To prove this, let's look at a cubic centimeter. See how its length, height, and width are 1 centimeter. If we multiply the length by the height, then by the width, we get 1 cubic centimeter. This is an actual representation of a cubic centimeter. You can see here that 1 cubic centimeter is equivalent to 1 milliliter of water. Going back to our feathers, they have an uncompressed volume of 16,000 cubic centimeters. The rock and the feathers weighed the same, but the feathers had a much greater volume. You may be wondering what causes this difference.